Showtime.
I really need to stop delaying these things. Hey everybody, it's the D-Rock100 and welcome back to more of Pokemon White. Last time, we did a little bit of some things around the Abyssal Ruins, and we arrived up in probably the most punish place that you'll ever visit, White Forest. And what do you know? Nothing out of the ordinary. I know, boring as all get out. But forget all that. And especially this. This time, we are heading back to the Abundant Shrine because we're gonna go ahead and pay our respects into this Landorus at its own shrine. I think we should be good on max repel, so I think pretty much on the rest of this journey. Oh, and there's an item that I missed. Alright. Reaper Cloth. If all having a Dusk Cloth into a Dusk Noir through a trade. Hey, can't say no to that, eh? Okay. So let's make our way this way. This way. And return here to the Abundant Shrine. So, while we're kind of going through here, what do you say we have a little bit of a training montage and then prep ourselves for what is to come as we head off for... Actually, come to think of it. We actually took care of the trainers here, didn't we? Except for maybe one or two. We have new Pokemon for us to talk about. And I mean we have a lot of new Pokemon to talk about. Vulpix and Ninetales. Ninetales can be only found in the rustling grass, but you're better off at finding a Vulpix out in the tall grass where I have access to pretty much all of its moves. Not much needs to be said about that. Onto these Pokemon on their own. These are classics in that I kind of see them got nerfed badly since the second generation with the special split happened. To make up for it, you do have Flash Fire for the ability giving you a fire immunity, and it does help boost your fire type moves if it's at least once. You won't need a Firestone for it to Vulpix to evolve into a Ninetales, but like I said, you're better off in a way than just catching a Vulpix out here, and so on and so forth. Next up is Noctowl. This is a very interesting and normal flying type. It's actually unlike most normal flying types. It's meant to be used as a special offensive user and a pretty decent special wall. The only real negative that I have with it is that both of its abilities don't exactly complement it well to be a good special offensive user, except for maybe Kenai. That's all I can really say about it. So, all around, if you really do want to have a Noctowl, have Kenai for the ability, and take a look at some of the cool moves that it can learn. It can even learn some pretty nice Psychic type moves like Confusion, Psychic, and more. You'd be surprised at about what this owl can learn. Next up, only found in black, Murkrow and its evolution of Honchkrow. Honchkrow can be found into the rustling grass, but like I said, you're better off in finding a Murkrow from out in the tall grass, since pretty much all of its moves are pretty much accessible. And also, why does this thing have Moxie as a hidden ability as a Honchkrow? I really don't like that idea. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of negativities on these moves in Pokemon, but the answer has a pretty good use. If you want one, I definitely would recommend Super Locketer for the ability, boosting the power with a boosted chance of critical hits, and it knows some pretty good moves and they can deal critical hits. Sucker Punch and even Night Slash is going to be your best choices to go for. And heck, if you didn't even learn Air Cutter, it'll be a fantastic move for it to know. This is a good Pokemon that I would say is really good, but it's held back up by a few things. If you can get by all of that, especially since you got to deal with a Stone evolution for it to evolve, great choice. Its counterparts are only found in White, Mischievous, and Mismagius. You probably already know that Mismagius can only be found in rustling grass, and you're better off finding Mischievous through the tall grass, but you get the gist. Being the very first of pure ghost type, Mischievous does have some good usage. But that Levitate ability, great for having immunity to ground. And how can we possibly forget for being a pretty nice special offensive user and his special wall? I definitely liked him missing Magius and I was using a later generation, but we are not quite there yet. We will be there soon enough. Onto this thing on its own, it is a prime example of a good Pokemon head that can know some good moves, but you might want to wait for a hit as I'm missing Mischievous with a Dusk Stone. Mainly because, well, it's a Stone evolution, and many of the Pokemon that have a Stone evolution either stop learning moves or learn completely different moves as it is. So, pick your poison, look more how this works, and I'll try and find some good ideas so you can find it in this crazy ghost type. Stantler? Why are you very few to have Intimidate for the ability, which I probably shouldn't really be giving too much of an issue on that, but honestly, Stantler's pretty good. Many people kind of underestimate the intimidating antlers of that of Stantler. That Intimidate ability works wonders for that lackluster defense, and of course, being a normal type, it has some fantastic moves and that it can learn through both TM and level up. Probably one of the best moves and that it can learn through the level up is Psychic. Sure, it won't get the same type of attack bonus, but honestly, you could do worse with this. What I don't get is that in the anime, it makes it so that it can create hallucinations and, I guess, more specifically, illusions, but I guess I'm about to get about it a little too much, but all in all, Stantler's pretty good. Intimidate is probably the better ability to go for it than Frisk. But I guess you could do worse with any other normal type. Unlike Stantler, who's pretty good as it is, Chimecho sucks. Its best move is extrasensory, and even though that it can learn Psychic through TM, what is the point of having a once-in-a-rare Psychic type Pokemon finally come to its senses and that it sucks? Sure, you have that Levitate ability, but what is the point if everything else about it just sucks as it is? I guess that if you really want to be a completionist, just look elsewhere. You're better off with any other Psychic type. Heck, even some of the past Psychic types that I said that were bad are better than this thing. Onto a Psychic type that is actually good in many ways. Bronzong! This thing is what I like to consider to be one of the most annoying Pokemon, and it's up to you for what immunity that you want it to have. Unfortunately, even though that wasn't the case back when it was introduced in Gen 4, Gen 5 and it gave him a bit of a balancing fix so that Dark types do normal damage to Steel types. and the fact that it comes with either heat-proof or levitate kinda hinders it just a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. So your options are, do you want to have a Bronzong that has immunity to ground, or do you want to have a much better resistances to fire? Pick your poison, and hey, that heat-proof ability is great for being its signature ability as it is, so I guess for one's case, get creative. There is one move that I would definitely recommend any Bronzong user. Gyro Ball. This does more damage depending on how slower you are than your opponent. This is a one-trick pony and definitely want to take into consideration if you plan on being clever with this. So, all around, Bronzong is great. And thank God Heavy Metal doesn't exist in this particular game, but in a later game. Just yeesh. On to the only Pokemon that can be surfing. Slowpoke and its evolutions can be yours. So, instead of just talking about Slowpoke, why don't we talk about its evolutions and how they make them pretty good than this Slowpoke of a user. With the use of a Water Cell, we have Slowbro. Honestly, this one's not too bad. This thing is meant to be a physical wall and a really nice special offensive user. This one is weird. It does know some pretty good moves right off the bat when you find it, only through surfing the rippling water. The only real negative that I have with it is that, as its name would suggest, it's pretty freaking slow. That doesn't mean that it's bad. It's a good use for, I believe, Trick Room, which I think it learns, but if you can get around in the fact that it has a handful of weaknesses, you could do worse with this. Just remember, it's meant to be a physical wall and nothing more. But let's talk about its counterpart, Slowking. This is basically the stats flipped, and it's meant to be a special wall. And this one can only be used with trading a slow Pokeball. It is holding the King's Rock. This is actually been pretty good. I actually have a bit of a nice history with this Pokemon. All around, not much really needs to be said about it. In fact, some of the moves that it knows are similar to that of Slowbro. But, like I said, you could do worse with this. Just remember that it does hold some good amount of weaknesses, and it can take a lot of physical hits for bees. So all around, good choice. Just pick your poison. Alright. Here's the shrine. In my party, Tornadus and Thundurus have appeared. Tornadus I have brought in from my white game from another universe. But before we do anything else, I highly recommend that you save. We're gonna be in for a fight. Now I'll be right back. Hi. Okay. Alright, so here we go. When you are ready, make sure you have Tornadus and Thundurus in your party. Small weather shrine. Tornadus and Thundurus are struggling inside their Pokeballs. When you are ready, talk to it. The master of the forces of nature here in the Unova region and its sworn protector, Landorus. No need to beat around in the bush on this. This guy's tough. And I mean very tough. Upon approaching it, level 70, ground flying type, sand force for the ability. Rock Slide, Earthquake, Sandstorm, Fissure. If you have pretty much anything that can resist both rock and ground types, there's like practically nothing that this guy can do to you. That Fissure is a one-hit KO move. Anything that you throw against it that is weak to such a move, it will go down. Being one of the best mixed attackers that you'll be finding, complementing with the moves that it has. And with that Sand Force, boosting the powers of rock, ground, and steel types, if I remember correctly, this thing is a powerhouse. Unova is in good hands sort of with this savior watching over it. The only real negative that I have with it is that even though that it has such great powers to go for, it is a little bit of a glass cannon. That speed is probably going to be it's the best asset to use in pretty much any battle, and you best have come prepared with such a great hidden moves and to counteract with them. All around, as I said, Unova is safe with this Guardian watching over it. What are the odds that this is gonna work? Not good. And this is practically the last legendary Pokemon we're going after. Ha-ha! Not this time. Except maybe this time. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Resist it like a champ! Yeah! But I'm actually kind of surprised you're not using Rock Slide. You're just scared of it or something? Alright. I'm gonna be careful what I'm gonna use, though. Do I take the chance? Yeah, I'll take the chance. Oh, now you use Rock Slide. Oh! Not so bad. Oh, crap. I got a little cocky. I guess I could send out tornadoes and to at least potentially try to wither it down a little bit more. I doubt it'll survive on it this turn, but we'll see. Okay. What? Okay. I'll be right back. Let's try that again. I was not expecting an X essentially to do a critical hit on this thing. I was actually kind of hoping that it would resist it. A lot of good that it did me. Okay. Now I know what I'm doing. Quick Falls gonna fail again. Oh, we'll be surprised if it shook twice. One. I was actually very surprised that it lasted that long on that. Hey. Uh-oh. Okay. Go for a Rock Wrecker. Oh, boy. That's bad. You're gonna knock me out in this hit, aren't you? Yep, you are. Okay. This time we'll set out Thunderous. You'll go for revenge. Hopefully I won't knock it out this turn. Oh wow, that did nothing. Okay, let's mix it up on this one. Okay. If I get to survive one rock slide from this thing, we should be okay. Okay. Alright. Perfect. Now it's time for me to start chucking them balls at it. Sure, go for the classic. Probably gonna fail, but who knows? I'll get lucky. Okay. You are a weird master of defenders if you're just constantly using Sandstorm. I mean, sure, that Sand Force is definitely being a good use. At least the Great Ball shook once, so that's good. Let's go for Nest Ball? One, two, three! That would have been funny. You know what? Let's be even more funny. I thought I would have a nice good drink of water. You know what? You deserve to have some good luxury. Being a master of the forces of nature. Why not? One. Ah! And also, come on! Why are you not using Rock Slide on me? Was my prankster too much for you to handle or something? Okay, fine, we'll go for your colors. Spoil sport. I guess it didn't like me calling it that. Oh! It must have heard me from across the dimensions! Very funny. Alright, Thunderous. Sure. Dusk Balls have been pretty good for me so far. I might as well. Maybe go for a Timer Ball? One. Seriously, why is this guy just keep spamming Sandstorm? Is it trying to put Thunderous out of its misery or something? It's gonna run out of moves before I even get into my third Pokemon. Excuse me, my fourth Pokemon. Whatever. One. Oh my god! Alright. Go Pampor! Can you learn any moves that can help with this situation? Go for a Link. Now you're just being funny. Maybe if I could try to go for never mind. I was hoping maybe to go for a paralysis on this thing, but I guess we'll just all downhill from here. Mystic, get out there. But you know what? I think we're doing okay. We're doing okay. Nice! Sweet bananas! Come on! This is bad. Like, very bad. We're finally taking on a boss and that's actually giving me an issue? Okay. I don't use any max survives. I want to save those for later. So instead, I'll just give a regular one to Krusty. Heal it up. So I can at least have something that'll be worthwhile for what is to come, because Malos is definitely not going to survive much longer than this. Oh. Okay. As long as I can resist the fissure, I should be okay. Come on! Ha-ha! 1, 2, 3! Ah! I thought I had it! And this is the last legendary Pokemon that we'll be going after! And that says a lot for what is to come on this. My god, the timer balls are useless! What did I do to deserve this? I guess my overconfidence got the best of me or something. Yeah. Do not want to have a face full of fissure, thank you. You know what? Sure. Let's make you look pretty. Well, at least I tried. Netball it is. Like catching bugs? I didn't think so. Okay. Krusty? This is bad. 1, 2, 3! Son of a! I feel like we're like right there. Oh my god! I was gonna say, one more attack like that, and I'm done for. Thank God for Sturdy. Okay, at least I'll be able to resist the fissure. That's the reason why I started off with Krusty on this fight. One. Why do I even put up with this? Getting deja vu in my time playing XD Gale of Darkness on this one. 1. Balls just to want to break my balls. And that's not a euphemism in any way. Or an innuendo. 1. Speaking of XD. Oh no. Okay. I should be able to survive one more hit from that. And if not, then I'll just cut ahead until I actually catch this thing. 1, 2, 3! Oh, come on! Have mercy on me! All I was doing was giving you some good praises. Maybe I can help you see what it's like to fight by a trainer's side. Please don't crit me again. Okay. And you're probably closer to learning Struggle. That's when you lose all of your moves to power. And that ain't good. 1. Yep, there it is. So you know what? I'll be right back. stop you. One. Should've known. Well, that didn't work. I am just not having the best luck with this boss fight. Attempt number 5. How bad can this go? Answer? Probably pretty bad. I could just cry. 1, 2. There's the 3! So close, but thanks. Yeah! Oh, Frank! Oh, 5 attempts. And repels effect wore off. I don't care. Is it a strong and kind Pokemon? I don't even know, nor do I even care. We're done. The last legendary Pokemon of the game has been caught. And I don't have to worry about it ever again. So that means Tornadus, it's back to white with you. I guess we could take a look at our new Landorus right here. Docile nature often scatters things. Okay. It's a neutral nature. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright. Ow. Ow, everything. Ow, everything hurts. Actually, I think we need Waterfall one more time. Let me go check on that really quickly before I do anything else. Because we technically have only one last route and I guess technically one last bridge to go through. Look like that's the case. Worst case scenario is that I'll probably just take care of some of the things we can do from that at a later time, but I am all out of time and patience for this. I think we're gonna go ahead and call quits for this episode. We've done everything that I wanted to do. We visited the Abundant Shrine. We finally caught ourselves Landorus. And now, we can finally get the rest of the team back together for the rest of this journey. Except for when I need to fly back to the Pokemon League, which I'll just borrow one of my other guys for this, so I just gotta contradict myself on that just a little bit. But no more! Because next time on Pokemon White, we explore the final route of the game, Route 15. And we make some preparations for what is to come at the Pokemon League when we take on them in the rematch. It's not gonna be a fun ride. See you guys then.